Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this update on the hydropower finance stream of FutureDAMS. My name is Judith Plummer Braeckman, and I will start off this presentation and then hand over later to Sana Markkanen. The focus of our work package has been on assessing financial models for the development of large hydropower projects, and looking particularly at the risks and stakeholder perceptions of risk which surround those projects. We have been particularly keen to enter into direct engagement with the hydropower industry and hydropower financiers in this part of the research, rather than simply engaging on an academic front. Given that emphasis on engagement, we have been keen to go out and about and interact at various forums, and you will see here a range of the activities that we've been involved in over the period of the last 2 years. We've also been publishing our outputs in FutureDAMS working papers, in academic journals and in industry journals, trying to get the widest possible reception for our research. Rose has done a really good job of setting up a page which shows you all of the research that we've carried out. And what will we do next? Well, we're in the process of preparing an interactive web page which demonstrates our framework for the analysis of risk, which many of you heard about last year. We're putting together a video called The Tale of Three Dams, which explains the 3 major financing models which have been used to support large hydropower projects throughout the world. We are preparing an analysis of a survey which we've carried out using a Qualtrics format, and we hope to complete a paper on the role of hydro in sub-Saharan African electricity systems. I will now hand you over to Sana, who will tell you a bit more about the survey and our future work.
So our upcoming paper draws quite heavily on an online survey, which was informed by some of the qualitative research that we have carried out earlier. In the survey, we had 3 different respondent categories. We had 70 respondents who represented organisations that are directly involved in financing all kinds of renewable energy projects. And from these respondents, we wanted to understand why they invest in renewables, so what drives investment in renewables. We had 14 respondents who represented organisations that are directly involved in financing hydropower projects. And from these respondents, we wanted to know why they invest in hydropower and what factors influence their choice of projects. We also had 36 respondents who represented a broader range of organisations that are involved in hydropower industry in various different ways. And from these respondents, we wanted to scope their expectations regarding the future role of hydropower, the potential impact that climate change may have on the revenues of hydropower projects, and any expectations in terms of the future remuneration mechanisms that may be made available for system services. So I'm just going to give you a brief set of conclusions. So these are some of the results that emerged from this survey-based project. The factors that drive overall renewable investment are primarily electricity access and emissions, so renewable electricity being a low carbon investment, which many financiers in particular consider to be good for their reputation. Hydropower investments, on the other hand, are largely regarded as riskier than other renewable electricity technologies. And in particular, they carry a substantially greater reputational risk. And perhaps because of this high risk profile, hydropower investment is motivated by high returns, more so than it being low carbon electricity supply. However, the impact on communities is also very important, in particular for private sector organisations that make decisions on which projects to invest in. Insiders, as in people who are currently involved in the hydropower industry, expect that hydropower will need to play a key role in climate change mitigation as well as adaptation, and in particular the flexibility of storage functions that hydropower can provide will be in growing demand. However, as I mentioned before, this is largely ignored at present, and there really is a need for compensation for ancillary services and climate change adaptation services to be made available in order to secure investment and financing for future projects. This might require new types of remuneration mechanisms to be developed, and perhaps new types of contracts, also potentially even changes to business models in the energy and electricity sectors. So that's it from us for today. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have.